So it's freebie week, and you'll notice that I look terrible today because I'm in the middle of trying to be organised because I'm vanishing back down for a wedding reception tomorrow. Yeah, that's right, I'm at the age where my friends are getting married. That's scary. So I decided that this week would talk a bit about community and why I think it is important that we, as aces, have one. And I'm relatively new to the community. I think I've been here since March. You can check that and correct me if you like. Um, and I think it is an important thing. I'm going to use a religious metaphor here because, I do theology, go with what you know. A lot of people make a point out of it isn't necessary to go to church to be a Christian, but it will support you and help you be strong in your faith. And in the same way, I think that you don't need a community to identify as asexual. I mean, it's nothing to do with the definition, but having people there to support you, share the same issues as you, and just make you feel more normal is a brilliant thing. And because of this, I think it's a really good idea to try and actively encourage it, and not just to have, say, the Avon community, but to link communities together. Whether or not you disagree with the LGBT link that a lot of people have going on, I still think it's a good idea to link to a non-heteronormative community because, you can meet other people who might be, if not with similar issues, but at least they'll understand maybe people not understanding you, parents saying certain things to you. They could give you a new perspective on things, particularly as in our community we have a lot of, non-straight members, say. Having links like that is really good. And another big thing, meetups. I've been to one. I'm not that experienced on it, but I have to say it's one of the best things I've done for a very long time, just being able to go along and meet people different ages, different stages of acceptance of themselves and all this thing. And just to talk to some of the people I've been talking to in real life was absolutely lovely. And I think trying to be active in a community is a really important part of any part of your identity. If you're a theatre geek, you get involved in theatre. If you play RPGs, you befriend other people who do that. And having a community, to me, is a really vital part of any form of identity. So what else could I say on this? I think that also, trying to bring non-asexy people into the community. I mean, we've already got a few sexual partners of people who may have stuck around even if they broke up, is a really good way of showing people from the inside. I mean, again with the theatre thing, if you just go and watch a group of people doing drama, you have no idea what's going on half the time, and you might think they're really weird. But then if you join it, you'll get all the in-jokes, and you'll start to understand the people behind what's going on. And a really good way of showing people these things is to accept them in a community, and I think that's a really important thing to try and do. What else have I got on this? As you can tell, I'm in the middle of being really disorganised, and I'm not very good at this. Having a community would support other things. I mean, other people have mentioned lots of ideas for getting visibility, and a lot of them involve having a community. If you want to write plays about it, you need people who are going to come and see it. If you want to make a film, you need people to watch it. So being able to share things that you've done with a community, I think, is fairly important as well. So what's my point behind this video? I must have one. Basically, I think that one of the big things that we as asexuals should focus on is forming bonds within a community, within our own, whichever it is, the Avon, the Live Journal, whatever. Then 2, we should try and spread the community to people who may have links with us, say LGBT or the sexual partners of asexuals, to try and get us allies, which we're already doing. And then I think showing people what our community is like would be a really good way of bringing people into more understanding it. I mean, if some people who didn't really understand asexuality came, heard about a meetup and saw all the pictures and you were telling them about it, they'd get a really, really positive impression. I mean, they'd be like, oh, I know, you went for a picnic and then we went to see a film and then you did this and you were talking about science fiction or something. Wow, I didn't think, because that's normal. So I'd say, yeah, trying to build bonds within your community, helping to spread that to others, and showing people some of the really important things that we could do as aces to try and, forward everything that we're trying to do, I guess. That's me for this week. I'm going to gradually get more organised as the weeks go on. I'm still at home, but I'll be at uni in a month, and then I will have freedom and people to interview for you and everything, so be excited. So I'll see you next Friday.